Hello, this is Wes and Baron Heating and BaronGreenTeam.com, BaronHeating.com, yada yada. This is two Mitsubishi 3-ton units connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zones. We have all designer series on the inside, excited to show you, both white and black. And then we did a concealed unit for the master bedroom suite with the MHK1 regular old thermostat, which is going to be awesome to show you. So one of the things about this house is this is a replacement design. So this house had a gas furnace that was put in horribly, and the customer decided, hey, let's zone the crap out of this place, have a ton of fun, and make it so we are able to control the entire space with ductless. This house is about 3,200 square feet and it has a ton of volume, but I think the design turned out really well. The install is fantastic. The guys did really good. So here's your two outdoor units. These units are in low ambient mode, meaning that I turned the cooling on inside, turned it all down. The new designer heads go to 61, by the way, but you know, it's only like 65 degrees out here, so the fans aren't rolling, but you can hear a little bit of compressor mate. Well, you really probably can't. I mean, just super quiet. If you've seen any of the ductless videos, you know how quiet it is. So one of the things, if you're new to ductless, is you got to remember that to get to places, we got to run things on retrofit outside. These are your two 6-inch speedy channel stacks that are getting us all over the place in the house, but we also have some stuff happening through the crawl space, which I'll show you some. And I don't know if I can get back there. Yeah, heads back that way. So again, these units are on and doing awesome. Let's go see some of the speedy channel on the side of the house before we get to the heads inside, so you can see what that looks like. A lot of this is expectation and understanding, you know, what you're going to have on the outside of your house. These guys are going to paint these. They're going to have their house painted soon. Okay, so this is going to go to the black designer head in the study there. Then you have a couple heads upstairs in the bedrooms that are accessory. And you see this little guy sticking out of the roof there? Okay. So what that's doing is that's coming from the attic, coming down to the unit, and we just got our condensate popped out onto the roof line there. There's another one. Let's see if I can see it. Right back there. You can see that doing the same thing, and I'll show you that up in the guest space. All right, let's head inside, and I'll show you what we did to heat this whole house, 6 zones, with ductless heat pumps. All right. We got one more stack of speedy channel past this gate that I'll show you. And this is going to the front living room. So, it's a little guy there. This is typically what you'd see if we did a single head. You'd have, you know, one of those out here, and then there'd be a line running up to a unit on the wall there. Okay. All right. This is going to be fun. Okay. So in here, we had one zone, which is the front living area, and we've got our head right there. Beautiful. So, you know, dining space, living space, needed something there. It's doing perfectly. And then we'll come in here. Now, this is a very large volume, so when you look at this, you know, we're double stacked up here in the living room, but the heat loss in this house was really good, and so was the heat load. And so what we did is we put a unit here. So one of the things with the aesthetics of design that you got to consider, right, is you walk into this space and you're like, oh, you know, we're hanging out, whatever. You don't necessarily look to your left, a sharp left, right away. So it's nice to have something up in that space. The other reason that it's right there is that I can touch. It's very tempting to get it up higher, but really important is getting these filters clean. So having it somewhere where you can touch, and because, you know, you'll see ones where they're 10 feet, 12 feet up in a space. But how are you gonna, you know, depending on the person, how are you gonna get to that or clean it? I'm really excited about this next one. This was a study that has a lot of computer work and has a nice French door entry here. And this is, I'm sorry, this is that. We're gonna have some black cabinets going across here. So this is that black unit. Just worked perfectly in here. Now, the really important part about this unit is that we also had the option, you know, because you could say, well, can we hide it? And that would have been this wall here. But one of the important pieces of this is that if I really was doing this with one unit out here, I'd be looking at a bigger head, but we wanted to stay in the designer series. So what we did was we're using this unit as our accessory bonus head. So what it's doing is it's helping. So as that unit's on, it's gonna be providing load assistance to this space. Capiche? Okay, so let's go upstairs. So we have 3 zones upstairs. We have 2 guest bedrooms and a master suite. Now, another important thing is that you gotta look at your zone load differential. So when this system is at high capacity, you know, doing what it needs to do, what you don't want to do is have a bunch of, you know, so I got the master suite, it's turned down low, right, for cooling. I've got this area out here. Well, I don't necessarily want to put that unit that I need to work really well and the master suite on the same outdoor unit. What I want to do is I want to take this unit and it's matched up with these 2 guest bedrooms, okay? Sorry, I'm running out of breath. All right. So in here, we have this unit. Now, again, super important. You have a head that is placed in this placement on purpose, right? All of these things are working somewhat in unison from a design standpoint. That needs to be there because I've got a landing area that I'm trying to make sure gets something. Now, stuff's gonna happen here, but in heating, not a big deal. In cooling, that's going there. And so we wanna get something that flows out and comes down the stairs, whatever. And this was gonna work perfectly for that. You notice that it's just above the door, so the door will open. Okay, little guest bedroom. And then coming in here, another part of it, this bedroom's used more, is coming out and going, okay, there's nothing in here, but it is here, right? It's around the corner and we're not blowing on the bed. Very important. I say you can blow across the base, the bottom of a bed, but we always want to stay away from the head of the bed. So that's coming straight out towards me. Awesome. Okay, let's go look at the master suite. So important about master suites is that master bathrooms are super important. The guys may be like, whatever, but you got to consider that comfort is really important to couples in a master suite. And so coming in here, we had a temperature difference. The roof line was a little close over here. So we've got a 4-way that's giving us something in here. This is a ducted concealed system. So it's a little guy in the attic, I'll show you. And then we wanted to have some distribution, so we've got a 2-way there, and we've got a 2-way there. And then we have our return with a filter grill over in the corner, and then our regular old thermostat. Now this is a wireless thermostat, so it communicates directly to the unit in the attic without wires. And that allows you to say, okay, this is a good spot. This is actually a really great spot for this. But if you wanted to move it, you totally could, and play with placement of the unit. All right, let's see if I can do this without shutting my video off. Get up here. Okay. All right, so here we are. So this is a concealed ducted unit. It's very utilitarian looking. It doesn't have a lot of glitz or glamour, it's just a box, but it has all the same inner workings. So this is a 12,000 BTU unit. The fan is on. I don't know if you can hear anything. And we got a little bit of refrigerant running right now as well. Yeah. And so, pretty basic. Now, there's one really important part of this is the drain pan. So, remembering that what we're going to do here is in this corner where that's sloped, we're going to put a wet switch, and we still need to do that. So we're going to be putting a wet switch in here, and although any water that happens will congregate in this corner, and we'll be able to obviously dry that up, but also put the wet switch here. A wet switch, what it says is, if water is dripping out of this thing, that's bad. If it goes off, it'll turn the unit off, and that'll alert the homeowner to something's amiss, and then we'll come check it out. Hopefully that doesn't happen ever, but it is a precaution since below us is drywall and living quarters. So anyways, that is a 6-zone 2 outdoor unit, 72,000 BTU Mitsubishi total home system. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.